תכלת בשמיים ויורד לפתע יום, עננים הופכים למים, קשת עולה במרום, שלל גוונים ואור שמיים הצובעים את העולם, ויפה הוא שבעתיים ומחייך לכולם.
All right, folks, we are here in the Jordan Valley. It is the Sovereignty Movement's event to light Hanukkah candles. First light of Hanukkah here in this parcel of the land of Israel, this beautiful land. This is the famous kind of border between us and Jordan, this defense that comes from the east. We're here next to a mountain called the Sartava. That's where lights used to be lit up for Rosh Chodesh, for the new month. And tonight we're lighting the lights of Hanukkah for sovereignty here in the Jordan Valley. This is the story of the Jordan Valley. The story of the Jordan Valley. This is the entrance to the land of Israel, the Promised Land. 1968, the return of Jewish people to this land and beginning of settlement. 21 communities are here. Schools, educational institutions. Psst. Psst. Farming, of course, is a great farming community. Very powerful farming community. Tourism is here. This is one of the mainstays of Israeli farming. And of course, views that are just unbelievable, that take your breath away. Youth people come in here, cows, dates, music, cars, sports, and of course, the famous date farming of the land of Israel comes from here. And we are here We're here at the Sovereignty Movement here in the land of Israel, in the Jordan Valley. We're going to be lighting Hanukkah candles tonight. Yishai Fleischer here behind me is a famous Israeli journalist and writer, Emily Amrusi. And tonight we're going to be lighting the first candles of Hanukkah, but not just because it's nice to light Hanukkah candles, but because we're going to be lighting the sovereignty candles. Sovereignty over the Jordan Valley and north of the Dead Sea, the North Dead Sea. And this is about the future of the Jordan Valley. You all know the importance of the security and the communities that are here. And now is the time, especially because of the American elections, which in 6 weeks from now, President Trump is going to be leaving. President Trump, a great friend of Israel. We got to use this time to take action and for our independence, for our security, to assert sovereignty over the Jordan Valley. Of course, you could see that the Jordan Valley is hot in the summer, cold in the winter. And in this very place, the story of Zionism has always been fulfilled in its kind of greatest power and its greatest strength. We've had a lot of security stories here. It used to be attacks from Jordan, terrorist attacks that came through this land. At the same time, the people that came here were the most courageous, the most beautiful. They weren't afraid of heat. They weren't afraid of the challenge, and they created communities, education, and they're writing pages in history. We have a fabulous and fascinating event for you tonight. Behind this event is, of course, the Sovereignty Movement started by Women in Green, Yehudit Katzover and Nadia Matar, the Jordan Valley Municipal Council, also Regavim, also ZOA, Israel is forever. AFSI, Save the West, and ZOA. Did I say them? We have Miki Zohar, Uzi Dayan, generals, General Uzi Dayan. We have Gershon Cohen. We're going to have the mayor of the Jordan Valley Municipal Council, the head of the council, and other people. Really awesome event that is not just for fun to light candles here in this beautiful place, but really to talk about the meaning of this area to the land of Israel and sovereignty here. We're going to be showing you tonight some of these Knesset members and thinkers, journalists, rabbis, who are not just tacit supporters, but overt supporters of Israeli sovereignty in the Jordan Valley. And as we said before, this is the time to do so because of the timing of the American president, who is such a friend of Israel. And so we have an opportunity right now to assert that sovereignty, a great final act, if you will, for President Trump, who's done so much for us. This is the opportunity to move it forward. And of course, it's an act of sovereignty from our end, an act of courage, of truth, of bravery, of holding on to what's ours. Let's listen to a little bit of music by a great musician here in Israel, Noam Jacobson, who's a singer and actor, and his backup man, Idan Green, who will rock us and get us ready for the lighting of the candles here at the Sartaba in the Jordan Valley.
לראות שטוב בלי להביט שוב לאחור לבחור נכון אותו הכל מדבר אליי פוגש בי בלילות הולך מבלי להבין לאן האם אדע לחזור מבט חטוף מסביב ודי יותר כבר לא אפול יש ילד שמסתכל עליי קוראים לזה לגדול מתי אלמד לבחור נכון להאמין לראות שטוב בלי להביט שוב לאחור בסוף הכל מתחבר אליי עניין של חלומות אם מתעורר בדיוק בזמן אולי יוכל לזכור אומרים יש מי ששומר עליי נותן לי את הכוחות עוד לא מצאתי תשובה אבל קוראים לזה לחיות מתי אלמד לבחור נכון להאמין לראות שטוב להאמין לראות שטוב בלי להביט שוב לאחור לבחור נכון
Great music by Noam Jacobson. He's awesome. Thank you, Noam. We went to check out what the Israeli people actually want. Do they want sovereignty in the Jordan Valley? So we did a poll, a survey with one of the good survey companies here in Israel, and here are the survey results. When we asked about sovereignty in the Jordan Valley and northern Dead Sea, the majority of people said, of course, we are in favor of it, not just amongst the right wing. About 80% of the nationalist camp said, let's do it now, sovereignty in the Jordan Valley now. More than half of all Israelis, voters from all the parties, believe that sovereignty, assertion of sovereignty in the Jordan Valley will bring to stability and security. Three-quarters believe that it will improve Israel's security and protect Israel. What about if we have sovereignty in the land of Israel and the Palestinians will be against it? So the majority of Israelis believe that sovereignty in the Jordan Valley is good and should be done even if it's against the will of the Palestinians. Obviously, amongst just the nationalist camp, the vast majority, overwhelming majority, believe in assertion of sovereignty, legal sovereignty in the Jordan Valley, even if there is no agreement on the Palestinian side. Should Israel, here's another question, should Israel use this opportunity because of transference of powers in the United States from the Trump administration to the Biden administration? More than half of Israelis believe that we should use the opportunity